Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hoot Hobbs Show. I am your host, Hoot Hobbs. With me, as always, Mr. BT, Brandon Torres.
What up?
And it has been a fortnight since we've last recorded.
It's been a minute, that's for sure. I mean, it feels like it's been, a month.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
It's actually only been 2 weeks.
For real?
Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks. So no show the past couple weeks. First time we were plagued with lots of hardware issues, with technical difficulties, and
You guys may still notice that the stream has been down. And we're still experiencing some of those technical difficulties, but we're still able to bring you this show.
sure, yeah, like the 3 people listening are like, man, we appreciate it. I don't know. Okay, so there's been a lot of things happen since the last time we met. I'm sure, politically speaking, there's tons. I haven't paid attention to any of it. Yeah. So let's just go with the things that I do know about. I know that college football started. Okay, woo pig. We're starting 2-0.
Kicking names and taking ass.
That's right, yeah. I tell you what, man, if we're going to talk about, like, bumper pool, best linebacker I've seen since Joe Montana. So...
Joe Montana.
Yeah, I said Joe Montana. I was like, he's an actor. That's worse. Anyway, okay, so I know I gave you the premise of this, but I didn't get into any details. So on opening Saturday for college football, college game day, they were in South Bend, I think. Or, no, I don't know. Oh, no. They were in, they're at Ohio State. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. What it comes down to this is, college game day, they sometimes will have a celebrity guest come on for the entirety of the show. Well, opening weekend for college football, they decided to have none other than the Jack Harlow. Not
even Ohio native, Kentucky native, right?
Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky, not anywhere close to Ohio. But anyway, so they have Jack Harlow on there. That's not even the weird part, okay?
You haven't got to it yet?
Yeah. Like when I said, I was like,
Jack
cool.
Harlow interacting with Lee Corso is not enough?
Bro, that's weird. That was weird. That's a part of what I'm talking about. That was so weird. Like, I'm going to get to it. Let's put a pin in it because I'm going to get to it. All right. What I'm going to say is this. Jack Harlow, whenever I first saw him, I was like, hey, okay, that's cool. That's Jack Harlow. Sweet. All right. I like,
what's popping?
Yeah, what's popping? Because it's a brand new whip just hopped. I don't know. Anyway, they start making their picks like they do. They go through all the games of the day. Who you got. Jack Harlow proceeds to incorrectly choose every game. And that, once again, what's bad? That's not the worst part.
Oh, my God.
His reasoning
has he ever seen a football before?
Oh, no, dude. I don't think he has. This kid showed up and look, man, if I'm a celebrity, and I'm not even a sports figure, I'm a rapper, or we'll say an artist. How about that? And then I get asked, or like someone's like, hey, we're going to put you on college game day opening weekend.
Don't you think a little study session before, right?
Don't you think I'm going to be like, oh, boy, I'd better learn about touch passes and
somebody coach me up before I go on the air, right?
Yeah. No. They're asking to make his picks, bro. And I remember the Arkansas-Cincinnati one because it was the most ridiculous.
Pick Cincinnati?
Yeah, yes, and his reasoning, he pretty much said, you know what, I don't know anything about football, so Cincinnati. He goes, I knew a girl in Cincinnati once, liked her, I'll pick Cincinnati. I was like, you're a dumb, stupid idiot.
Well, I don't want to bury our demographic here, but has he ever met a girl from Arkansas? Maybe not.
Maybe not. But
as far as making a prediction on television,
on football, on television, exactly,
on national television,
on national television, and then I don't know, it was like Louisville versus. I don't know. I don't even remember who Louisville played, but they were not winning that game. And he's like, Louisville all day. I was like, get out of here, you idiot.
Well, it's like Shaquille O'Neal whenever he does the NCAA bracket. LSU wins every time.
Exactly. Well, and, honestly, with Jack Harlow being from Louisville, everyone knows you're going to lose. You better pick Louisville.
But it was all of the other predictions that were just
it capped it all off. I was like, okay, so now getting to this. Lee starts calling him, like, pretty much calling him stupid on air for, like, the duration of this segment. And he's like, my friend, let me tell you, I don't agree with you because I think that's a silly way of making it.
Yeah, silly instead of stupid.
Yeah, and I was like, all right.
It's like you're the old man that puts on like the gator mask.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
He always
You're
puts
worried
on the
about
mask
people
on
looking
head.
stupid.
Yeah, and that's become a staple for him, though. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone
It's not
expects
stupid. That's
yeah.
in a like Home Depot commercial.
Yeah, hey, if it's stupid and it works, is it actually stupid? But Jack Harlow, stupid. God dang. I'm telling you, that's all I could think the whole time is like, why would his image consultant not say, hey, Jack, you know anything about football?
Nah.
Oh, here. All right, man. Look, here's the deal. Here's everyone who's going to be playing that day. These are the picks I'd make. And here is a very short, like, 3-word reason why.
Yeah.
You know, 1 sentence on the reason why. Here you go. I would have done it for him, man. He just went on there and looked like a sucker, man.
I'm going to go on there. I'm going to wing it.
Yeah, he's like, thanks, bro. Picking the Lou. I'm like, God dang it. The Motley Lou.
Vanderbilt all day.
Yeah, all day. But in what? Is it a math
Spelling bee?
decathlon? What are we talking about? A spelling bee? It's an academic decathlon. Well, Vanderbilt's probably got it.
It's like, yo, I've seen Miami before. I'm going to go with them.
And I was like, what? What? You got to treat him like a child. Why are you out of your seat? Go sit down.
Here's the juice, Jack. Go sit down.
Go sit down, man. So that brings me to my next point about Jack Harlow, since I'm just going to sit here and rip on him. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. Last album, the entire album, that's just ass. The whole thing's terrible.
Yeah, I liked First Class when I first heard it because I thought it was cool. He got the Glamorous sample and it had Fergie in it, and I liked Glamorous. So I was like, this is dope.
And then you started to realize, didn't you?
And then I started listening to it, and I'm like, this is one of his weaker songs. It's okay. Maybe there's more on the album, a deep cut.
Yeah, right.
And then there was never really a deep cut. It kind of just felt similar to whenever we reviewed Drake's new album.
Yeah.
You put one song on, you can't tell if you're listening to track 2 or if you're listening to track 10.
8, yeah.
You can't tell.
Boop, 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 boop. That's what the whole thing sounds like with Drake.
And the same flow on all the songs.
Yeah. Diversify. Anyway, yeah. So I guess I'm done picking on Jack Harlow, but I just think that we're getting a little bit carried away with how we include like the celebrity class in everything. Like if I wanted to hear sports analysis from someone who's not a sports analyst, you know. Give me someone who's played the sport,
or even someone who follows the sport, like cares about it and has taken enough time to know what they're talking about.
Well, but the problem is you can't bring them on as celebrity guests because the SEC network's already brought them on with Marty and McGee. They're just like sports fanatics that were like, man, the SEC is awesome. And they're like, we're going to give y'all a show. That's it.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right. Of course, then again, Marty and McGee.
We'll burn everybody out on your opinions within a week, and that way we don't want to hear from you ever again.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you, like, I really did when Marty and McGee first like started up. I really liked that show because it was all SEC stuff. So I was like, yeah, this is a cool little show, man. And like within 2 weeks, I was like, you guys are much better on like your advertisements. Yeah, better. You're a lot better courtside.
So this just popped up in my news feed here. The question of the article, I guess the article title is a question, but the question is Jack Harlow lyricist of the year? Question mark.
Well, hey.
He was nominated for lyricist of the year at the 2022 BET Hip Hop Awards.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I could have understood like the VH1 Hip Hop Awards because that's all like.
Although people are upset about it because other nominees include Baby Keem, Benny the Butcher, Drake, J. Cole, Jay-Z, and Kenny Lamar.
I was about to say, I had 2 right there. J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Why is Jack Harlow in a conversation whenever it's with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar? I'm sorry. I think Kendrick Lamar is the best lyricist out there right now.
Have you had an opportunity
and J. Cole's fantastic, too.
Yeah. Have you had an opportunity to take a look at that new music video that he's released for one of the songs off of his album?
The one with the deep fake, or
no,
was
it's a different one.
The Heart Part 5 or something.
What it is you remember the song on Eminem's album Kim, where it was like spoken word. It's telling a story, but it's an argument and a conversation.
Yeah,
and he's doing the parts. Well, Kendrick did a similar thing where there's this protagonist and an antagonist having an argument with each other. It's him and a woman, and it's all done in rap because everybody's verses rhyme. Yeah. But it tells a story and paints a picture, and it's beautiful. You listen to it, you feel the fight, you feel what they're into, you feel all of that. Well, he made a music video for this, and they completely redid the vocals along while filming the music video, and it is incredible. It's spot on. It's like it takes place in one room, and it's a couple fighting and arguing, but it's so well done, and it's just everything about it is impressive. And the fact that they took the time, him and this actress took the time to re-record verse for verse everything that they did, and it still sounds like it did on that album. Pretty incredible stuff. I highly recommend taking a look at it because
Kendrick Lamar
probably going to win a Grammy.
Yeah, I say Kendrick Lamar is an artist all the way around. Like I don't even see Kendrick Lamar as a rapper. He's just an artist. And you know, I might be fanboying over him a little bit, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of those things that fascinates me whenever you get work of art where he puts so much of himself into it, devotes so much time and does it so well. And then you have someone who has crossed over into the pop mainstream like Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Jack Harlow and his bars, he does have some great bars out there. And some songs
I say he's got some cold stuff out there.
Take nothing away from that, but for him to be in the same conversation as those other people named on that list, including Drake, I'm surprised Drake is on that list.
Yeah, because Drake's last album was booty. Boop, boop. That's all I can hear is that episode of SpongeBob where they do the techno music.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, just for the record, the article right underneath it does say the painful mediocrity of white boy rap.
Oh.
Jack Harlow.
Oh, well.
So that one's probably cooking him. Oh. That's a story for another day.
Oh. That one hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt so bad. Like, listen, first off, as a representative of white people, I'll tell you that our raps are at best mediocre at times. But we have provided the world, and by we, I'm talking whites.
On behalf of the white delegation.
We want Eminem. Black delegation want Eminem. No, wait, just a minute, Rondell. That was the best. That was one of the best skits Chappelle ever did.
Yeah, the Tiger Woods.
And the Asian delegation getting the Wu-Tang. Yeah, that was good.
It was all well done and funny. Funny as heck. That
was back when you were allowed to laugh at funny stuff.
Yeah, and it had Bill Burr in it before he blew up. And
got that's true. He was all over the Chappelle show.
Yeah,
he was on like almost every episode of Chappelle show.
He was one of the writers on the show. So
yeah,
of course
him and Neil Brennan.
Neil Brennan.
Yeah, they were both. And I thought that was hilarious. But I remember I never even knew who Bill Burr was. And then after, he blows up, I went back and was watching Chappelle's show and it's like, I'll have a Sam Jackson. I was like, that's Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Have you seen, you need to check it out sometime. I know we're getting off subject, but you know what? Listen, if you guys haven't figured out that we're going to get off subject by now, y'all, I don't know. Just keep listening to the show. You'll forget about it and listen again next week.
You'll hop in the conversation with us. You'll forget what the hell we're talking about too.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, have you seen on like Instagram Reels? I'm sure it's on TikTok too, but I haven't looked. I just look on. You know me. I learn about TikTok 2 weeks later on Reels. But the name of the page is Country Club Adjacent. And they do the back off challenge, and they've done it with John Daly, with Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
They've done the church sessions at the Live tournaments and all this kind of stuff.
There's some good ones.
Yeah, they like follow the Live tournament in the U.S. whenever like they've gone to Live tournament Boston, and there was another one I think. But they have a chirp gallery, so they just walk around like ripping on people the whole time.
Their backswings.
Yeah, well, that's in the back off. Yeah, the back off challenge. So they did the back off challenge with Bill Burr, and that's a tough situation because Bill Burr, that's not the dude. Like, what are you going to try to do? Like, outwit Bill Burr?
Well, it's like the game releasing the Black Slim Shady. It's like, why you even try?
Yeah, why did you do that?
Why you even try?
Yeah, but it was so funny that as soon as they started on him, like he just wouldn't let him. He was like, "Are you guys going to start? Huh? All right, hold on. Oh, did you wait till I get my backswing?" And then he'd stop. Do you guys say you have a podcast? Is you guys are in podcasting right now? No kidding. What's it called? No, I might download it. I mean, I'm not going to download it. I was like, man. So Bill just goes off and roasts them, and I don't know. It's just you know how it is. Billy Burr is a funny dude.
Yeah, if I recall, I saw the video there. He was also like, "Your podcast, you can download it,
Yeah,
like on the internet."
Yeah, like it's on the internet. Like I can just download it anytime. Oh my gosh! Of course, it's hard whenever you're messing with a world famous podcaster. I mean, I understand he's a world famous comedian, but by the transitive property, he's a world famous podcaster.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone loves what is it, Monday Morning Special?
The Monday Morning Podcast.
Monday Morning Podcast.
And it's always been the Monday Morning Podcast, and it's literally Bill talking into like his iPhone. That's all it is, just him sitting there and going through news and responding to emails and stuff that he gets. And he is so funny that he does it just spontaneous. Talk about hashtag goals.
Yeah. Well, see, that's my whole thing is if we could get listeners to start like emailing us questions or whatever, I mean, I don't know. Do I need to talk about more serious stuff for you guys to take me serious? I mean, ask me whatever you want to, like anything. You can ask me like, what do you think's wrong with my horse's eye? I'll be like, I don't know. Send me a picture of it and I'll Google it and, we'll see if we can figure this out.
If not, we'll at least make fun of it.
I promise. I have horses too. I make fun of them all the time. And I'd make fun of you for being a sucker like me and owning a money pit like a horse. So I don't know. Seems like it'd be more fun if we could interact, and I think it could keep things a little fresher too. Because like we've always talked about, we don't really want to get into all the politics and the. I understand there's a lot of drama involved, which means there's a lot of draw to it. And I get it. I'm the same way. Hey, I love Maury too. I love drama. It is what it is. That's the human way. But like, man, there ain't nothing but hurt feelings for you down that road.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like me and you. We see the world, politically speaking, very, very differently.
We just view it differently.
Exactly. So it's like, but what am I going to do? Get mad at you because you don't see things my way? What are you going to do? Get mad at me because I don't see things? Then we're not friends.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't see it that way. Okay. All right. Well, anyway. So, you want to go bowling? Like, why would I want to go bowling? One thing we can all agree on is that bowling is a disgusting hobby. You stick your finger in some dirty holes. Heyo.
You got here's other people's shoes.
Yeah, other people's moist shoes that they just spray down with Lysol.
Ew.
Yeah. So they never dry. And I don't know. Anyway, what even got us here? I don't even know.
You were just
look. Jack Harlow's a punk who doesn't know anything about football. All right, that's how we got.
That's how we got here. No, you're right. The whole point of this show was us to have an escape from all of that BS that you're talking about.
Yeah,
we get on here and we can occasionally meander into the political or the serious, but we always try to bring it back home because you and we've always got along the best because of our dark sense of humor.
Sure.
So we kind of always bring it back around.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, if you can't have a laugh about it, what is the point of having the conversation?
That's it. Like, as look in the mirror. If that person in the mirror isn't worth laughing at, he ain't worth laughing with either. That's the way that's the way I look at it. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take anything too seriously. Just relax, take a deep breath, let it all out. And then you can pick a fight with whoever you want. Just know that
anytime. Remember, stay petty.
Yeah, I would say stay toxic. That is people are like, I don't know how to follow this show. They got to pick a theme. Yeah, sometimes they're all about peace and love
and positivity, and then the next minute they're telling us to go stab their neighbor. I don't understand.
Well, I think that's the point, though. That's the whole point right there. Is a dark sense of humor. Everything can be a joke, and not everything should be.
No.
Most things that I think are funny are actually not.
Yeah, and a lot of things we joke about we probably shouldn't joke about.
It's true that.
However,
I've been doing it for the past 33 years, so I guess I'm going to keep doing it,
I mean, I didn't think that I would get invested in a show about a freaking Welsh football club.
Oh, the one. Okay.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Yeah, okay. I have seen it. It's about the football club that they actually bought.
Yes, they actually bought.
Yeah, I have not watched it yet. I've heard it's really great.
Really great, and it is so fascinating to see the the hoops that you have to jump through in order to maintain a football club in mediocrity, because Wrexham, while it has this history of being as old as it is and all of the lineage,
it's been a mediocre club for a very
20,
long time.
30 years now at least. Yeah, it's been a minute since there's been any real relevancy to them.
Sure.
Which brings me to the question that I was going to originally ask here.
Okay.
Going into sports, what do you think of relegation? I love the concept of relegation in football, and I wish American sports would adopt it. I think it would keep these franchises on their toes.
Okay, so let's pretend that I don't know what relegation is.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to check here. Relegation is, and in professional football, in the biggest leagues, you have different leagues and divisions. Like, think of it as a pyramid.
Sure.
Well, you have the top where you have your Manchester Uniteds and your Chelseas. Well, then you have tiers going down, which would be like the equivalent to our minor league teams.
Sure.
So what happens when you play, the worst teams at the bottom can end up in relegation and get kicked out of the league and forced to go down to the lesser league. And the teams at the top of the lesser league have worked their way up to be able to play into the top professional league.
Okay, now that you have explained this, allow me to answer your question. I love the idea. Okay, and that's hard for me to say if we're going to talk about professional sports for a minute. That's hard for me to say that I really do support this because I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. But
we'd be relegated by now.
Yeah, we wouldn't even have a team. Like we'd be playing like Ramsey Junior High. You know what I'm saying?
The Red Raiders would be playing in Texas Stadium.
Yeah, that's right. I'd be like, what is happening?
Like what happened here? It's like, no, the Cowboys got moved down. Too many losing seasons.
Yeah. So you brought A&M up to the yeah, College Station has it going on. Jimbo's already got a professional program. He pays all of his players.
It's like don't worry about it. Once the Eagles get here, it'll be a wash anyway.
Yeah, it's all going to just come out in the wash anyway. It doesn't matter. The NFC East will all be down here except for like Green Bay. Okay, so to answer your question, yeah, I think it's great because I think it adds an extra initiative. You know what I'm saying? Because professional players, you start seeing certain professional players. I'm not going to mention any names yet, but you know you can. Trying to figure out how to word this. Excuse me. They might like winning, but they don't hate losing. You know what I mean? Like, I still get my check. So, like, I mean, win or lose, I'm still going to get my check. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But that kind of takes away from the whole competition of sports. It's like, it's not enough to like winning. Hell, everyone likes winning. But not everyone hates losing. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, there are some people who are like, it's just a loss.
Yeah, they're content to ride the pine, to sit the bench, and just collect that paycheck.
Hey, I've got
or
this.
Just play. It's like
do you see this uniform? This is nice.
It's similar to the people who go to work and just punch a clock and sit there and don't work for a living. They just punch the clock. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just on a professional level.
Yeah.
But I fully agree with you. Like if baseball, for instance, like what if the Tampa Bay Rays were just ass for 3 or 4 years and they got kicked out of Major League Baseball,
and they had to go to
AAA.
Yeah.
Well, then you replace that AAA team with someone from the AAA who has earned it.
Don't even that in that universe, the Savannah Bananas could make it to the majors, and I want in on that life.
That's the fascinating thing about English football is that's how that works. Yes,
I love it.
They're all connected in that sense, and they all play each other.
So that would mean you would see like G League teams that could cycle up to the NBA.
Yes. If the Windy City Bulls were better than the worst basketball team and the worst basketball team in the NBA, like the Clippers, let's say the Clippers sucked for like 3 or 4 years and they weren't drawing a crowd.
That doesn't seem like such a stretch, but okay. Why do you pick the Clippers?
Yeah, just
let's just say it's a team at random.
At
it's
random.
like the Pistons, okay? We're just going to say the Pistons, you know.
But yeah, if they lose so much that they have to then get sent down a tier, there's also a lot that's associated with getting kicked out and going down, and you have to work your way back up to be promoted again.
Yeah.
But I think it would keep a lot of these franchises more mindful
of
not just sitting there and collecting a paycheck like it appears that Dallas has been doing for a while. Or
and that's actually something I was about to touch on, but I'm going to stick a pin in that for just a second. I also like the fact that it encourages player development too. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if that's the way things were, then Steve Kerr is sitting pretty right now going, no. Hey, we're good. We're good. We got a good team here. This is what we're going to do. You know what I mean? But you have, instead of doing all those crazy trades like what we see every year, if you're actually fighting to keep your team in the league, I think that inspires investing a little more effort into players, you know?
And, yeah, that's kind of where
because players would – give more effort into the franchise.
More effort in that. Yeah, and there's always the potential that no matter where you are at on whatever professional league or level, you have the potential, if you and your teammates play well enough, to make it to the grandest stage of them all and win a championship.
Yeah.
You just have to get your shit together.
Yeah. So
I think it's a great concept.
Yeah,
I understand why we
is.
don't, because we are the United States of America. We are a capitalist society. These are professional businesses. These are contracts. These are paid athletes, and I understand all of these things associated with it. But I think there is something to say about the competitive nature of having promotion and relegation in your leagues. And I think it could also open up a wide multiverse of leagues, especially for professional football. Because we do have arena football. We do have XFL. And we have other semi-pro leagues, but we only have one true professional league where people care about in this country.
Yeah, that's true.
But if we linked them all together and used them like a minor league system, except
Well,
still on the professional scale.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing is like, because in our country, minor league baseball is very popular. Like minor leaguers get paid, and they get paid pretty well. You know, I mean, they're not making these huge numbers like you're seeing in the majors, but they're not getting Juan Soto money. Okay, I don't know if anyone's getting that Juan Soto cash, but anyway. But, they're getting paid because it is popular. I love going to Northwest Arkansas to a Naturals game.
Yeah.
That's a Kansas City Royals farm team.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's a AAA ball team or a AA ball team.
AA ball team. But that's the perfect example. Like, what if the Royals started sucking it up
and the Naturals
were doing really well? You could have a situation where the Naturals would then become the main club.
Yeah, and it would be Arvest Ballpark up in Rogers would get a brand new facelift.
And get a huge boom. The economy would get a huge boom. People that were Royals fans would probably flock to the Naturals just because of the history.
I would say, and can you imagine having to do the shoulder patch swap?
Yeah.
They have to. They take their Royals patches off, and the Royals put on Naturals. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that would be so fantastic.
I think it's a concept that nobody's really kicking around here in the States, but it's.
Hey, well, just for the record, if it starts getting kicked around, remember you heard it here first at the Hoot Hob Show. Mr. BT coming in with some hot takes.
But whenever I was paying attention to that, because I've heard about relegation in the past, just being around listening to how English Premier League football works.
Which I do not.
So it was like, that is fascinating. But after watching the documentary and getting sucked into this television show, that is, again, fantastic. Can't recommend enough.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Learn more about this football club and how important these teams are to these cities.
Yeah.
Well, by that same token, who's to say that the Naturals could not become that important to that Northwest Arkansas region, to where that is where everybody in Northwest Arkansas is a Naturals fan? Just you born and raised.
Yeah.
So I think it's a beautiful concept. It can open up a whole world of new athletes having new opportunities that may have never been given an opportunity to have that light shined on them.
Yeah.
So I like it. I think it's cool. And you're right. If it does ever happen, you heard it here first.
That's right. That's right. BT with the hot takes. All right, so let's talk football. Let's talk American football.
Okay.
The Arkansas
only football
Razorbacks.
that matters.
Yeah, that's right. Arkansas Razorbacks 2-0 on the season with a conference win against South Carolina. Spencer Rattler got his cheeks clapped, and that was fantastic. That dude, bro, I'm telling you, look, man, that cat's all hype.
He was
all hype. He
very into himself as well.
Yeah, and that's why it's so easy to hate on him. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, he's just a boy. He's just a little old boy. I know, that's what I'm saying too. He's just a little old boy amongst men out there. Anyway, and Spencer Rattler, get at me. Come on. Anyway, we beat Cincinnati, first game of the year. Cincinnati, I heard all this stuff. So, of course, Arkansas beat them. Cincinnati, they lost every bit of their talent. I'm like, calm down. They didn't have that much last year either. They made it to the playoffs because they played 3 teams that were as good as junior high teams. And those were the best teams they played last year. It's fine. And they got lost out in the playoffs, didn't they? Yes. Anyway, so they came to Arkansas. What did I do? I called my shot, didn't I? Call a win.
You did?
I'm pretty sure I called a win on every game, but I've positioned 2 losses in there somewhere.
You did. It was the LSU. No, it was the Auburn game.
Yeah, it was Auburn at Auburn, and I went ahead and said Bama. But I'm here to tell you right now, I think
Bama ain't scary anymore.
No. After Texas,
after that Texas game, Bama not scary anymore.
Well, and that was my whole thing. Is I already told you that I felt like we'd beat Bama, but we have a tendency to choke against Bama. So,
under the big spots. But
I'm here to tell you, man, there's a chance we can do
stepping it up this season.
Hey, KJ Jefferson is man. He's made okay in the South Carolina game. Excuse me. No, it was in the Cincinnati game. I didn't get to watch. I had to listen to the South Carolina game. I didn't get to watch. I was in Texas last weekend. And believe me, we were watching Texas battle Alabama, and it was a battle to see who wanted to lose worse. It was terrible. Anyway, so it's in the Cincinnati game. I saw a few, first game jitters mistakes that KJ made, and I was like, well, that's kind of what he has a tendency to do. He makes poor decisions at times. Most of the time, he's our guy, but he
can force the ball in some bad situations.
Yeah. Well, from all the highlights I saw, South Carolina, he just looked good the whole game. No real problems with bad decisions. Every quarterback makes a bad decision every game. You know what I'm saying? But nothing crazy. And so I'm just I'm ready for the return of Bobby Petrino. He'll be coming in tomorrow night to Fayetteville. It'll be his homecoming game. And
Walmart's handing out neck braces to the student section.
Yeah, so student sections apparently
stay classy, Fayetteville.
Yeah, so Fayette chill up there, old Fayette Nom. The student section, there will be props used, blonde wigs, neck braces, and apparently blow-up dolls.
No doubt.
He said no doubt. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Here you go, Bobby. This is for you, dog. I got to be honest with you. His personal stuff aside, much respect to Coach Petrino.
Yeah, for everything he accomplished on the football field itself. Much
absolutely.
Respect.
We like having some fun, but that's because Coach Petrino hated everyone, so it's okay for us to hate him.
And there's that little thing that he did kind of get out of town and get away from the whole situation, that he was using school funds to pay for a woman that he was having an affair with. So there are little things like that. So I say he's free game.
He's fair game. Absolutely.
He kind of did it to himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying respect to you for what you did do at our program. We appreciate that.
Yeah, you can't take away the things that he accomplished as a coach.
That's all I'm getting. But he's fair game. Absolutely. Tear him to pieces. Hey, stay toxic, okay? That's good stuff.
But be sure to love each other and stay positive.
Just be there for each other. Oh man, people are like, I don't know, man.
Are they bipolar?
Okay, so I gotta kind of go down this road for a minute. So something I've discovered doing that I don't even know if I can explain to you the simplicity of how much fun I have at work now with my employee and good friend Austin. Because I just mess with him all day. Listen. Homie's been to the joint, all right? He ain't a small guy.
And we've told the backstory before. It's back there in our archive. Give it a listen. It's worth it.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, because that's a very inspiring story. Anyway, so and he still hits the weights every day. And this dude's a monster, you know what I'm saying? And he could throttle me no problem. So that's why I'm glad he has a sense of humor. But I mess with him all day, every day. I just pick at him and just mess with him. So now what I've discovered is what's even more fun is I'll just barely pick on him for just a couple minutes. And then I'll start narrating what I believe is going through his head. And he just starts laughing so hard because he's like, I was thinking that. I was just thinking, I know you are. Because yesterday, we were putting together a gate, and I'm talking, just barely did not have 2 pieces of metal flush. It just had enough of a lip on it. I was like, we got to break it off. He's like, what? I said, we have to break it loose. I have to get it flush.
Yeah, it has to.
And he goes, all right. And as soon as he said all right, I go, man, I looked up at another guy I got working for me. He just started this week. I looked at him and go, that's what I'm talking about, dude. This ain't going to make no difference at all, man. I can't believe he's going to have me break this loose. And Austin just starts laughing. I go, because that's exactly what you were thinking. He's like, well, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, believe it or not, it'll make a difference, bro. It really will. Yeah, I said, I promise I'm not just picking at you this time. But
and plus, you're making him better at what he does as well.
Yeah. But he does enjoy getting the laugh out of it because I'll mess with him. He'll walk by and I ain't gonna lie, I smack him on the butt or whatever. And then I'll be like, man, that's what I'm talking about, dude. He plays too much, bro. He's always doing that stuff, man. I don't like being touched like that. And he just turn around and look at me. He's like, man, it's like you can actually hear me. I said, I can hear everything you're thinking. So I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm telepathic. But
probably. Or bipolar.
Or both. Telepolar?
Telepolar?
I was about to say teleporter, but that wouldn't have... I'm a biporter?
Biporter.
I don't know. Does that make me like LGBT?
You need to leave.
Thank you. Yeah. You need to leave. Where were we at? Oh, yeah, football.
Bobby Petrino.
Bobby Petrino. Yeah, so he's bringing the Missouri State Grizzlies, I think, or it might just be Bears. Either way, it's some kind of bear. Kodiaks, maybe. Black Bears, I don't know. They're going to be here, though, tomorrow and 6 o'clock. In Fayetteville, and they're going to get their cheeks clapped.
It's only a story because he's their coach. Honestly,
yeah,
other
absolutely.
than that, this is no different than any other time that the Razorbacks have paid this team to come to Fayetteville to get whooped.
So thank you for bringing up the fact that smaller schools get paid to come to big... I'm looking at the camera as if it's on. Sorry, I got used to it. They pay the smaller schools to come up, and basically, honestly, they basically get paid to come up, get throttled by a bigger school as a tune-up game, and the school makes a lot of money.
Walk away with a paycheck.
Yeah, exactly, and everyone's happy. Well, that's usually the way it works. But see, there's been too much money being thrown around, I think, in certain areas of the world. Not just certain areas of the world, but maybe certain areas of the states. Not just the states, maybe certain areas of Texas. Not just certain areas of Texas. How about certain areas of College Station? Jimbo Fisher, best team that money can buy, and pays $1.6 million to App State to come to College Station and clap them cheeks. I was like, oh my God. And dude, there was a whole list of upsets last week.
Yeah, there were other teams that happened as
well. Georgia Southern won against an SEC team. I don't remember which one. Man, I don't know. There was like 3 or 4, but yeah, A&M. Oh, wow. That was... I got to be honest with you, dude. I'm just going to go ahead and come out and say it. Unless we get cheated at Auburn, I can't say it. I'm not going to say it. That's just going to be a jinx. I'm not saying it.
You're not going to do it yet?
No.
You're not going to get that cocky yet?
I can't because, I'm not superstitious about anything except for sports. And if I say it, then I will. I'm not going down in history as the guy who ruined this season. I'm just not.
You're not going to be the jinx.
No, can't. So we'll move past that form of football, and we'll talk about a weaker form of football. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Season opener against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hurtful but true.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, here's the deal. I will say this. Honestly, I do have a positive thing to say about the Cowboys for week 1.
What is that? The damn game is over?
Well, okay, fine. 2 positive things. First off, the game's over. Second is, look, up until the fourth quarter, where they were just so wore out they couldn't stand up anymore, defense looked pretty strong. They held Tampa Bay to field goals.
Yeah, that's saying something.
It could have been better, sure, but offense. I said this to my wife the other night, and my wife knows the type of support and love I have for this stupid team and their worthless, stupid quarterback. Okay, because Dak Prescott. My wife will tell you a story of how at 9:15, 2 minutes before my daughter was born in 2016, I was watching the Dallas Cowboys beat the Minnesota Vikings. Okay?
Okay.
I have so much support for Dak Prescott because of that season. I have still held on to his rookie season. Like, that's it. And here's the deal.
Truth.
But here's the problem, bro. We have pretty good seasons. Like, if you look at records, we have pretty good seasons. The problem is the games we win are still ugly. And no matter what.
Opponents.
Yeah. We're in the NFC East, okay? We're going to play some winnable games, and we're going to lose them. But here's the problem I see. We can't make it past, and please hear what I'm saying, we can't make it past our first round of playoffs. Because I said this the other day, and someone was like, you made it to the second round last year. I was like, yeah, because we had a good season. We got to bye through the first round. And then here's our first playoff game. Oh, all right, we lost. There we go. And look, I've tried. I can't go to another team.
No.
I can't. Look, man. I'm deep.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm deep six invested with this.
Yeah.
So until the day I'm in the grave, I'm a Cowboys fan. That sucks because they suck.
Could be worse. You could be a Commanders fan.
Oh, or an Eagles fan. Those people are just
Lions fan.
Garbage. Those are trash people. They're water trash. Hey, if you're an Eagles fan, please understand it's nothing personal. It's all football. You as a person probably good. Well, unless you're from Philly, then you're probably still water trash. But
you threw batteries at Santa Claus.
Yeah, you throw batteries at people. You're not good, okay?
Philly gets a bad rap until they celebrate the fact that they have all this violent, bad reputation.
Yeah.
They embrace it.
Yeah, they're like, hey, yo, get out of here. Anyway, so I guess Cowboys suck. We hope for maybe a better... who knows? Maybe Cooper Rush will lead us to the bowl. I sincerely doubt it unless it's a toilet bowl. But, Dak's out for what, 6 to 8?
Yeah, he's out for a
That's
while.
It.
And plus, it doesn't really matter when he returns at that point if you're not doing well. And the time it would take him to get back in the swing of things, they're not going to be contending for playoff.
No, well, I got sidetracked. The whole point of me giving the elaborate thing of my support for this team and this quarterback is I was telling my wife the other night, I was like, we got to get a new quarterback. I was like, I love Dak Prescott. I really do. I think he's great, but he can't stay healthy. And now, before he got hurt, like on the opener, now you guys have to understand, please, I'm a realist. I understand he's not that great. I'm just talking about in my heart. He's my guy.
We went through this with Romo.
Yeah.
Romo had they're overachievers, truthfully. If you want to get down to it, they're overachievers.
Yeah.
But whenever they're great, they're as
great as anyone can be.
It's fantastic. It's incredible to see. It's just an unbelievable story. I mean, Dak is from Mississippi State?
Yeah.
He wasn't even really highly recruited by anybody, and here he is, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, a franchise player, the face,
So, it's a remarkable story. It's just, it feels like this continually happens to us as Dallas Cowboy fans.
We get emotionally attached to somebody, and we stop caring about winning.
We have a couple of
stop
good
hating
seasons.
losing.
Yeah, we have a couple of good seasons where we don't miss the playoffs because people forget about the playoff drought.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, and then there's the playoff win drought.
Yeah.
Where they've made the playoffs, they just couldn't win a game.
Yeah, that's where we've been for at least 6 years.
Yeah, it just continues to keep happening to the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't know what's going to have to change other than ownership that can really be a catalyst to make some change in the direction the team is going.
Look, man, if it changes ownership, it's going to go from Jerry to Steven.
Yeah, it's worth too much money. They'll never sell
it. They'll never let it go because it is. Even look, the Cowboys are in the grand scheme of like championships. We haven't been a winning team in almost 30 years. It's been 26 years.
They're either the second or the third most valuable franchise in the world. I
was about to say, but that's the whole thing.
Like the Yankees, the Lakers, and then there's
the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, because those three are considered to be kind of America's teams.
Yeah.
You think basketball, if you say basketball to someone in Eastern Europe, they're going to say Los Angeles Lakers. Baseball is probably going to be New York Yankees.
Well, the thing is now there's such a backlash against the Dallas Cowboys and so many haters across the entire country.
And on the internet, y'all hateful ass.
Are they America's team anymore, or has that been overtaken by the Green Bay Packers or the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, John Wick and the Green Bay Packers. Look, okay, fine. Cameron Poe and the Green Bay Packers. I said, put the bunny down. He looks like Nick Cage and Con Air. Bro, I think he's finally cut his hair.
But he's back where he always is. First couple of weeks, looking disappointed, walking up and down those sidelines. But he'll turn it on.
I know, and it's like I don't understand. Like, is Aaron Rodgers like? Bro, I don't know. First off, with the way this dude looks, he's leaning into whatever meme they're trying to make out of him. Whether it's John Wick or Cameron Poe, I don't know, but yeah, the past few years,
John Poe,
yeah, Cameron Wick, John Malkovich just needs to hang out with him all the time. Anyway, but he for the past several years he's done this. He starts the season like he just doesn't want to be there. Like he doesn't want to have anything to do with football, with the Green Bay Packers, anything. He talks smack about wanting to trade in the offseason or retire. He can't make up his mind. And then, about the third, fourth game of the season, he's like, I'm Green Bay till the day I die. And then they end up going through the playoffs and usually losing the NFC Championship game. Or
he looks longingly at the Raiders sideline and sees the wide receiver that he really wants.
Who's that?
Javonte.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Javonte Adams. Yeah.
He's so jealous. He hated the fact that he left. And I honestly am surprised that happened because he told them, keep him. He is their franchise quarterback that they bend over backwards for and have since the day they shipped old Favre out of there.
Yeah.
That
Favre.
I don't understand why you just wouldn't open up the pocketbook and get that receiver. That could have made all the difference. But whatever. As long as they lose, I'm happy.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, I know what it takes to make Green Bay win. I certainly wouldn't tell them. Jeez. But, no, I don't know. Like, it's the same thing like with the Amari Cooper thing, like getting rid of Amari Cooper. Everyone's like me, myself included, I was like, I don't like this. But I understood to free up cap space, whatever. But then you see that first game of the season, and Dak can't connect with CD like more than twice. Zeke Elliott, is he existent at all? Like, I got news for you. If I'm in charge of
a few years since
that's what I'm saying. He's not relevant. Like, and if it's me, if I'm the coach, and I understand that Mike McCarthy doesn't get to make all the calls, but if I'm the coach, Tony Pollard, that's my starting running back. Tony Pollard's a workhorse, dude.
I think the only thing that McCarthy gets to decide is if they're going to Whataburger or not after the game.
Yeah, when to call timeout, maybe. I don't even think he gets that.
He leaves a lot of it to his coordinators to actually manage the game-to-game.
I say, but that's a sign of a good head coach, though. I'm talking about the booth up top who's telling him what to do. That's a broad. Look, I'm not saying Mike McCarthy is the answer for the Cowboys, but I think he's a much better option than Jason Garrett. That's right. I said carrot, not Garrett. Ginger. Anyway. Oh, Ginger. I'm sorry. Sorry. That's funny. That's highbrow. Or is it lowbrow? Either way, I got friends, and they might be in low places. Couldn't say the word for word, though, because,
demonetized.
Yeah. I don't need them demonetizing me, and I'd owe money. They got no money to give
Come on,
them.
MeUndies.
Yeah, for real, man. I'm wearing your Johns right now, bro.
We'll cut an ad. We'll cut a promo right now.
Do you want buttery soft underwear that has a pouch for your nuts? Go with MeUndies.
You sick and tired of Hanes and Fruit of the Loom cupping
all up in
your business like that?
Yeah, we'll probably have to cut out these ads, but oh well. That's good. So, getting off of football and sports in general, I know that I'm about, I think, like 12 years late, but I have officially started watching season 1 of Game of Thrones. I was one of the I know. But look,
it's a great way to wrap up the show.
Yeah, I'm 12 years behind on this show. But what I'm going to tell you is this. I am one of those people who had never once in my life ever seen a single episode of Game of Thrones. Okay, I've never watched it. It wasn't anything like, I ain't going to watch that. I just didn't have HBO for the longest time, and then by the time I finally got it, I was like, I'm like 18 seasons behind.
I'm going to jump into that.
Yeah. So my wife comes home the other day, and I like shows like that, like period piece shows like that, like The Last Kingdom, and even there was one that Vikings. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, this has got a little like Lord of the Rings and mystical.
It's
stuff,
more fantastical. Yeah,
there's dragons.
Yeah, for the love of God, there's dragons. But yeah, and Jason Momoa, he's in it, at least in the first season. But you know what? It's been like 15. It's been like 15 years. He dies. So yeah, if you didn't know that, well, you're fine. You'll be fine. He's in Aquaman. He didn't actually die. So I don't know, man. I just started watching the show, and Rinky Dinklage is in it. And I'm sure that if we ever do get famous, he'll be pissed at us. But whatever. At that point, I'm sure that the amount I care will be in short supply. Was that mean? That was probably me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm an asshole. Anyway, I started with Rinky Dinklage. What's his name again? Peter, right? Okay, yeah. Anyway, I will say this though about Peter Dinklage in that show. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
he really is, man. That I like his character.
I question if he's not an a-hole in real life though. It does seem like he totally could be.
We read a story about how he's pissed off that dwarves are going to be playing the part of the 7 dwarves.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, he's a dick. You made your living off being a dwarf. That was really loud. Sorry about that clipping. But he did. The whole point, his big shtick in Game of Thrones is the fact that he's a dwarf.
It is. It truly is.
So I'm like, bro, you make your millions off of being a dwarf, and now you're going to keep other dwarves from making some money on Disney? Come on, man.
Yeah, right. Why you got to hold a brother down?
That seems like a messed up way of doing things. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What I'm getting at is this. I might have wasted some time. It's a pretty good show. It's like medieval times, and there's some. It's a typical HBO show. So the sex scenes in it,
P&A.
Yeah, and they're animated. Everyone's very animated with their voices and
actions and mannerisms.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, this is. I'm trying to keep my kids asleep, and I got to turn this down, bro.
I'll say this as well. I thought the same thing whenever I was watching it. They do start toning that down a little bit more in the later seasons because it gets more focused on the story.
Yeah,
I think in the beginning that was part of what was drawing people to it. Is like this also has this.
Yeah, it's also a flick. I mean,
it also has nudity and sex in it, which that always is a draw for some people. It brings in certain demos, so they did.
Yeah, we're talking to you, Sinner. Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry,
but it's funny.
Yeah,
but as the show moves on, I quit watching it myself, so I didn't really keep up with it either. But I do know they did start toning down, and it does get a little
more into like.
It's more violent, really, is what it leans heavier on the violence.
I'm good with that. I love violence.
Yeah, think last season, Sons of Anarchy, Jax Teller violence.
Oh, really? It's just like,
brutal.
Yeah, I think you. Well, hold on. Can we talk about this? You don't even know me. It's like, no, I'm killing you. And be like, you want to know the most violent TV show that was ever on? It was
Dragon Tales.
I don't even know what Dragon Tales is. So
it's like a PBS show.
Oh, was it? Okay. No, honestly, it was the kill count was incredible, and it was the original Star Trek, starring William Shatner, because Ensign Ricky was gonna die every episode. We got to make an away team. It's gonna be Spock, McCoy, Kirk, and Ensign Ricky. Yeah. The old red shirt Ricky, he's gonna die. A lizard person's gonna eat him, or whatever. I don't know.
Lizard people? Shut up, Alex Jones.
Yeah. Well, then they're going to trans up the frogs, and, Nancy Pelosi's in on the whole thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Hey, guys, I tell you what. I know it's kind of been a random, you know what? We can just call this episode My Incredible Thoughts. Because spell it THOTS. Ha, 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 ha.
We are not.
Yeah, we're not doing that. That's terrible.
Both of our wives will boycott our podcast.
Yeah. Wait, thoughts?
Random thoughts.
Oh, that's disrespectful. We're not doing that. But anyway, thanks for sticking with the show, guys. Sorry for it being a couple weeks. Brandon and I have missed each other. We've missed doing the show, and we're going to just keep it going from here on out. If you are a regular listener, man, hey, thank you guys so much. And please reach out to us. Ask us a question. Hey, you can ask me, like, hey, have you ever considered shutting up? I'll have I'll have a
quick
segment.
answer. No.
Yeah, I'll have a quick answer for you. No, and then I'll go into a long, drawn out reason of why I won't. But we could have some fun anyway, and I'll call you out, call you an idiot, or whatever. It'll be a good time. We'll have you on the show. So we want to interact. Is the whole point I'm getting at here, guys. I know I joke around a lot, but we want to interact with you. So please reach out if you will. If not, whatever. Find us on the socials. Like us, follow us, download our podcast anywhere you want to. You don't even have to listen to it. Just download it so we can get some monies. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. From BT, from myself, we bid you good night.